In those quiet moments of your day, have you ever noticed it? That familiar restlessness. It's like a mind that just flows on with a life of its own. Well, today, we're not going to fight that current. Instead, we're going to explore a very gentle, ancient path, a way to find the calm that's already lying deep beneath the surface. So, let's begin right here with just a moment of awareness. I'd like to invite you to ask yourself, where is your mind right now? Is it here? Is it with these words? Or maybe it's somewhere else, planning, remembering, maybe even worrying a little. There's no right or wrong answer here. The only thing to do is to simply notice. And if you found your mind was somewhere else, please know you haven't failed at anything. Not at all. What you've just done is witness the mind's true nature. See, it has this immense creative energy that just causes it to move, to explore, to wander. This isn't a flaw that needs to be fixed. It's actually a sign of its incredible power. This inner current of thought, this feeling of being sort of carried along by it, it's so easy to think it's a modern problem, right? With all our distractions. But it's not. This is a truly timeless human experience. And it's one that was understood and addressed thousands of years ago. Really, this quest for inner quiet, it's a path that has been walked by so many souls before us. And from their journey, this profound, really practical wisdom has emerged. And it's still echoing through the ages for us to hear today. There's this ancient text, the Bhagavad Gita, and it just validates this struggle so perfectly. The mind is described as restless, turbulent, and as difficult to subdue as the wind itself. Now think about that. The text isn't admitting defeat here. It's showing a deep respect for the sheer force we're working with. The wisdom isn't about trying to break the wind, is it? It's about learning its nature. Okay, so if the mind is that powerful, then how in the world do we find stillness? Well, the answer it gives us isn't about conflict. It's not about force. It's about a gentle, persistent practice. A path of returning, again and again, back to our center. And this is maybe the most important part. You just can't win a war against your own mind. Trying to fight it, well, that struggle only creates more turbulence, more waves. So the practice, instead, is one of gentle redirection. It's about becoming a wise and patient guide for your own awareness. And the method it's just beautifully simple. So first, you just acknowledge that the mind has wandered. You simply notice where it's gone, almost like you'd notice a cloud passing in the sky. No judgment at all. Then, the second step, you gently release your attachment to that thought. You don't have to follow it. You don't need to get caught up in its story. You just let it go. And third, lovingly, patiently, you bring your awareness back. You guide it back to the self. Now, you're going to repeat this little sequence, well, countless times, but you have to understand this essential truth. This is a practice of patience. It is not a test of perfection. Every time you notice your mind has wandered and you gently guide it back, that is a moment of success. That right there is the entire practice. So the question is, where are we guiding the mind to? What's the destination? Well, we're guiding it away from the storm, the storm of all those fleeting thoughts, and we're guiding it toward the source of stillness that already exists inside of you. This source, it's sometimes called the self, or infinite consciousness, and I want you to imagine it for a moment. Think of it like the vast, silent depth of the ocean. The surface? Oh, the surface might be choppy, stirred up by the winds of thoughts and feelings. But the deep is always still. It's unchanging. And that is your anchor. That is your true nature. And this, right here, is the whole purpose of the path. See, true lasting peace, it's not found by trying to control the uncontrollable world out there. It's found by learning how to rest in that unshakable quiet that is always waiting for you to return, right within. Look, the mind is gonna wander. That's its nature, that's its energy, we know this now. But it doesn't have to be your master. You can be its gentle guide. So the real question isn't if your mind is going to move. The real question is, where will you choose to let it rest? What do you think becomes possible in your life when you consciously make the choice to rest in that stillness within?